Founded in 1983 as a subdivision of the People's Liberation Army, the People's Armed Police number more than 600,000 men. Duties include everything from crowd control to tactical counterterrorism missions. The style of Kung Fu they learn is simply called Police Kung Fu, and it's a close cousin of the Sanda style our opponent Yan excels in.
This guy will practice some kinds of kicking for you.
This is the rear leg front kick. Officers are trained to use this kick in hijacking situations when firearms can't be used. It's a vital part of every PAP officer's training, and judging from the looks of it, not something you want to be on the receiving end of. To execute the rear leg front kick, the back leg is brought forward, lifting the knee. Then the lower leg is quickly extended, making contact with the opponent's neck or chin. The striking leg is retracted to its original position like the snapping of a rubber band, allowing the fighter to repeat the move.
This kick is all about speed. The further the foot travels, the greater its acceleration, and the more dangerous a weapon it becomes. Powered by the muscles of the hip flexor and the quadriceps, by the time your foot reaches your opponent's throat, it's traveling nearly 40 miles per hour. That type of speed yields over 1,000 pounds of force, enough to puncture the Adam's apple and crush your windpipe.
You know, this is a really good kick because I can use my size and power and my huge legs to push the guy off and get back to my fighting stance.
I may not have the power of Bill, but what I can bring to this move is speed.
See, what I like about this is that it's powerful, fast, and accurate.
This kick was worth adding to our repertoire, but we still had a lot to learn and not much time to learn it. The next stop on our journey would take us to one of the largest martial arts schools in the world to learn the deadliest Kung Fu style of them all. With just days remaining before our fight, we've come here, to the town of Dangfeng. Dangfeng is situated at the base of Mount Sung, which is considered one of China's 5 sacred mountains. Venerated by Taoist pilgrims for centuries, they believe these mountains originally formed the limbs and head of Pan Go, the creator of the world.
Dangfeng is a small town, but it has over 50 Kung Fu schools, teaching more than 50,000 martial arts students. This is the capital of Kung Fu. We're here to train with Master Ma Feng. A former all-China Kung Fu champion, 20 of Master Feng's students have gone on to become national Kung Fu champs themselves. Today, Master Feng is going to teach us the most modern and the most brutal style in all of Kung Fu, Sanda. A style that incorporates kicks, strikes, chokes, and takedowns. Sanda is the ultimate evolution of Kung Fu. It's an evolution rooted in the bloody history of modern China.
At the dawn of the 20th century, peasant rebels engaged in a series of conflicts designed to drive out foreign colonialists and unseat the reigning Qing dynasty. To fight their better armed opponents, the rebels added violent strangleholds, kicks to the face, and throat punches to their traditional kung fu. With the help of these new techniques, the rebels eventually toppled the Qing dynasty, and the art of Sanda was born. A quarter century later, the Chinese Nationalist Army used these same skills to ward off the Japanese in the Second Sino-Japanese War. Today, Sanda is China's #1 combat sport. And it's the style we'll be using in our final bout with Yan Delong.
Wow, that was really intense training. Why do they scream like that?
少林功夫嘛，不管他内练一口气啊，干啥子的，很爽啊。
They can make the movements very strong, very powerful.
The screaming is actually a method of managing your air intake. It's similar to the focused, often audible breathing you hear out of Olympic sprinters or weightlifters when they need that extra power boost. And to get a feel for that power, Master Feng showed us a powerful Sanda kick strike, the high roundhouse.
Has he ever knocked anybody out with
他说
his
你
kick?
能不能用这？你曾经用这样的方吗？
知道过。
Yes, many times.
Many times?
Many times.
Wow.
The knee should be up, kick. The toe should be straight.
Having worked on kicks with the PAP, we thought this high roundhouse would be easy. But our kicks were too low and too slow for a Sanda fight. So instead, Master Feng showed us a move essential to winning any Sanda fight, the takedown.
Nice.
You're getting the bad end of this deal, buddy.
If we didn't use this move on Jan, he was going to use it on us. And something told me we wouldn't be springing back up like these guys.
Oh, he's right up.
Who are these people?
Like the sweep we learned with the Marines, the Sanda takedown begins as a defense against a roundhouse.
So the move itself is pretty basic, Jason. It's just the kick coming in, and he's catching it because you got a glove on, you can't grab. So you got to catch here.
As your opponent launches the kick, you step in and grab the leg, trapping it between your forearm and torso. With your opponent's entire body weight now supported by his back leg, you step forward, forcing him slightly off balance. From that point, a simple sweep above his heel can break your opponent's center of balance entirely and bring him to the ground.
The power of the takedown is derived from the simple mechanical advantage you hold over your opponent. By wrapping up his striking leg at the upper thigh, you've placed your opponent in what's called conditional stability. If he remains stationary, he could technically maintain his balance indefinitely. But by driving him backward and initiating a sweep of his other leg, you've added two destabilizing factors, and the loose center of gravity simply cannot hold.
Sanda fighters are unbelievably fast. And for this technique, the greater the speed, the greater the power. And the pain.
This is a lot different compared to your actual kickboxing match or boxing match. Sanda is really violent. A lot of the kung fu elements we've learned really play into this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? No matter how you take your opponent down, I'm learning they all hurt.
We were beginning to see just how hardcore Sanda is, and why the Chinese Red Army had chosen it as the kung fu style to protect a billion people.
You got boxing, you got Muay Thai kicks, you got wrestling. You score points on all of it, and there's a lot of knockouts. This is hardcore, this is full contact. This is tough.
As we trained under Master Feng, we definitely sensed our skills improving. But time was running out.
Before our ultimate challenge, we would journey to the birthplace of Kung Fu to meet the men of peace, who are also some of the world's most awesome warriors. Fighting monks who had achieved every fighter's dream. Total resistance to pain.
We've trained with some of Kung Fu's greatest masters. But now we've come to the most famous site in martial arts history to fuse our physical training with some hardcore mental workouts.